Hey everybody, I want you to head down to teespring.com and check out Bondy's Boutique and get some of Bondy's merch.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Bondy Blue and I am back for another Basketball Wives review, y'all. This was very entertaining, okay? It was very explosive all on Twitter. Everybody having their different opinions about tonight's episode of Basketball Wives. So before we get into it, I want to remind you guys about Scentbird. Scentbird, I smell good, bitch, okay? I smell good because I have Scentbird, okay? I have Scentbird. And because I have Scentbird, I smell good. Please believe me. Check down below in the description box and go ahead and get the link so you can get a discount. Don't thank me now. Thank me later, okay? All right, y'all. So I'm coming to y'all with a little special addition to this video because I couldn't get it monetized. So I decided to take it down and then add what I've learned today onto it and then re-upload it. Hopefully this will work. Also, I'm about to start, I am waiting for a review to start a subscription here on YouTube, which means if I upload a video, I'm going to keep it private and only to paying members for the first 24 hours. Or if I put it up that night up until like early that morning, maybe around 7, it'll only be available to the members who pay for the channel. So that's what I'm going to do. Just because I can't. I don't know the price yet. I think it's at $4.99, but I'm going to check and make sure that that's correct. But it'll be like a monthly subscription service to my channel so that you get all this content as soon as it comes out and you don't have to, worry about me taking a video down and having to put it back up because of monetization issues, because I will have made the money just from you guys being members. I would really appreciate it. There are a lot of y'all, and if everybody, was a member to my channel who is subscribed to me, I'd be doing great. So I just appreciate if you can, if you feel like you watch me every day, you watch every video every week, and I deserve your little $5 or whatever. If you're a Patreon, don't worry about it. I'm actually going to start posting whatever I post over here. I'm going to post it over there too first, so that, those people who are Patreons can get it as well. And it's not like I just forgot about y'all. It's just easier to handle everything in one area. But those videos that get put out first will be put on Patreon for you guys as well. So, y'all don't feel like y'all was slighted because I love y'all. Y'all have been really helping me out for a minute. So I appreciate y'all so much. So let's get into what I had found out. So one of my followers on Twitter, Toya Stay Fit, I put it on my Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram at BondyBlue. But she sent me the picture of TK Carter, who you can just Google him. But he is, to me, a well-known black actor. He used to be on the Steve Harvey Show. He's also been on remember that episode of Family Members when Laura was like, the Scrooge episode or whatever, and her angel was the black guy in the hat? He's played on so much stuff. But I remember him from that, and Steve Harvey, him being one of the high towers. Okay, that's the rain right there. I'm sorry, y'all. I love those episodes. I just love the Steve Harvey Show. Somebody needs to put that on the streaming service. But anyway, so he is the actual father of Thomas Scott, and he has posted pictures of him and he and Kristen's, child, his grandchild, on his Instagram, saying that was his son. Now I'm gonna say in this video, okay, I'm gonna say in this video that I Googled him because I did, and I still could not find a birth date on Thomas Scott, which makes me feel like from the very beginning, the family was trying to keep this private because Byron raised Scott as his own son. Now, we don't know what happened, but the mama, Miss Anita, and Byron could have gotten together when, Thomas was a child and he adopted him, or she could have been pregnant. Maybe it didn't work out with, TK. Maybe TK wasn't ready to be a father and Thomas stepped up. That happens all the time. So I just believe whatever the circumstances are, this was not a secret to anybody, okay? It was not a secret. It just wasn't out there for public consumption. And I, will go ahead and tell y'all my feelings about the rest of the episode and expand upon how I feel about the situation, because my feelings are the same. I don't want to give it all away, but I wanted to give y'all that tidbit of information that there is a picture. I'm going to put it up here somewhere for y'all to see that there is a picture of Thomas Scott with his biological father on Instagram. As OG stated, it is on Instagram. So anybody who follows this man would know this. Okay? Like, yeah. So y'all just go ahead and get into the video, and I will see y'all for the Bondi Blue show that will be coming up a little later. So let's go ahead and get into it. So, something's on me. Something's on me, Jesus. Okay. So, I don't know what that was. I was eating earlier. You know, things just fall in the cleavage. Anyway, I'm sorry. So, the episode starts off where the last one left off, which was with Shawnee hugging Jen, because Jen was crying about how she's handling her mother's death in not the best way. Like, she's angry, she's alone, okay? And, you know, she had an attitude problem, okay, from what they say. That's what they say. Shawnee goes outside to talk to Evelyn, because y'all know Evelyn didn't already walked away. She over it, okay? She is looking for an apology for what she said about Shanice. Is she admitting to what she said about Shanice? No, Jen is not admitting it at all. And Evelyn is not here for it. She's not featuring her. She don't give a damn about what's going on with Jen and her tears over her mom's passing. She don't care, because she feel like she went through something and she ain't act like that. I'm like, bitch, you always act like that. But I will say that Evelyn, you know, doesn't in general go around lying on people. Like, Jen is a liar. Jen lies about things, and then admits them, and then lies about them again. So I just kind of understand where Evelyn is coming from to an extent, but I also feel like Evelyn is just dragging this shit out. The anger towards Jen is just a lot right now, at least to me. Shawnee says she need help. She need therapy, okay? She needs somebody to reach out and touch Jennifer's hand, make her a better bitch. If you can, reach out and touch somebody's hand. Okay? Somebody needs to touch her, or somebody gonna be touching her in a different way. Jackie and Shawnee meet up for lunch, okay? And they started ordering the food, so I didn't think anybody else was going to be joining them. And Jackie's talking about how she's not ready for her son to go away for college. She wanted him to go somewhere close, like a community college, but he wants to go to a 4-year university and get from under the thumb and tit of his overbearing mom, Jackie, okay? But you know what? That's besides the point. That's just chatter, okay? Here comes Tammy. And Jackie wants to know why Tammy was not at her crystal party. And, you know, Tammy doesn't have a reason, but it's like, how'd it go? You know why I wasn't there, bitch. I'm not here for it, okay? I'm not about to fake act like we about to come in harmony and peace with one another when I know that all we here for is to argue, fuss, and fight. In my health, no, okay? It's just the way my health is set up currently, no. And I understand where Tammy is coming from. I actually think it's hilarious how she just picks and chooses when she wants to show up. And sometimes she chooses to show up in a bad wig, but sometimes she chooses to show up in a good wig, okay? And then sometimes she don't show up at all. And this was one of them times here with Jackie. And so she discusses what happened with Jen and, you know, with Evelyn, and how Evelyn doesn't want to, you know, forgive Jen because she feels as if she's not taking responsibility for what she said. And then they talk about the news about Kenny. Okay, Kenny Anderson, Tammy's ex-husband, the one that Evelyn allegedly had a relationship with at some point or another, when she said that, you know, Tammy was a that time. But basically what had happened was he had a stroke. And they were just talking about how when these things happen to their exes, how they're still hurt. They still feel some type of way, especially when they have children by the person. So she's just going through all of these different emotions right now, you know, thinking about the past, maybe the good, maybe the bad, but just that you don't want them to be in bad health at such a young age. They're not that old. So for him to have a stroke, can't talk, you know, the whole side of his body isn't working. He has to learn how to talk again. He has to learn how to walk again, I'm sure. Like, it's going to be a lot of therapy. I know, because my grandmother went through that when she had a stroke. Oh, Lord, don't make me touch my spirit, y'all, like I miss my grandma. But Shawnee chimes in and says that, you know, she really keeps up with Shaq's health just to make sure that he all right, so he can be around for their kids and their grandkids and, you know, things of this nature. Evelyn goes with Phoebe to get a tattoo. And she's getting the cancer symbol tattooed on her because her grandfather passed away from cancer. I was like, girl, me too. I know how you feel, girl. She said her grandfather was her best friend. And I really do have to say, until I was 6 years old, my grandfather was my best friend. Like, more than anybody. Like, I was always so happy to see my grandfather. Whenever I would go over there, the first thing I would do is go in his room and brush his hair and pick out a suit, because my grandfather was born in 1921, I believe, or 22. It was 21 or 22. But that's back when men only wore slacks. Okay, and wore full suits everywhere they went, like it's New Orleans heat. Pre-Katrina New Orleans heat, which is not as bad, but still heat. And, he would have like a whole long sleeve shirt on, with a fucking jacket on, with a vest on, with some slacks on, with a hat on. Like, Papa, where you going like this? Now, don't get me wrong. If he was just gonna sit on the porch and draw all day, then he would definitely just have on a short sleeve linen shirt and some slacks. But y'all know what I'm saying. Like, it had me thinking about my family members that have passed away. And Phoebe's getting this tattoo for her grandfather. And I just want to mention, I think they brought Phoebe on the show for her to be a firecracker, but it seems as if Phoebe has too much sense to be involved in the bullshit. That's what I'm getting off of her. Phoebe also explains that she was angry about her grandfather's death, and she's trying to deal with that. And Evelyn is like, oh, girl, don't be like Jennifer. Don't be like Jennifer, using, your grandparent or your parent as a way to treat people like shit. Don't do it, girl. Well, we just got to draw the attention back to where it's at, huh? OG, Jackie, Cece and Malaysia meet up. Malaysia wants Cece to know that she is, trying to make sure she has a relationship with her. Even though things have been rocky with, Kristen and Malaysia being in the middle of it, she wants Cece to know she is her family too. I said, okay, Malaysia. I don't believe it. I don't believe it, Malaysia. I think you know what the right thing to say is, and so you say it, but ultimately I don't think you feel that way. I feel like you've taken sides the entire time. I think that everybody in his family in general takes sides, because their problem is not the fact that Cece is some terrible person that can't own her shit. Their problem is the fact that she's even there, okay? Apparently there is rumors that Cece might have been fooling with Byron before they were actually divorced. Okay, in 2014, I believe. Y'all, let me say y'all, I looked all over the internets. You can't find a birthday for Thomas Scott. When you Google him, his dad comes up. And then like an article when he played basketball and his daddy was coaching at the same time. But I'm wondering, like, when I'm looking for somebody and I can't even find a Wikipedia page, and they are assistant coach for the Lakers and they don't have a Wikipedia page, they don't have nowhere with their age on it, that makes me feel like somebody is purposefully trying to make sure that there's not a lot of information about him out there on the internet. And I'm just telling y'all, that's what I noticed, because I decided to, I got to do my own digging every now and again. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get to what I'm talking about, but I'm just saying something already like with this situation is just like, here we go. Like, here we go. Now, everybody was supposed to be meeting up to have a good time. But we get on the subject of Kristen. Even though she's not there, of course, we have to talk about her. And Cece says ever since the last meeting, the family, has been moving forward and trying to stay positive and, just trying to get along. Because OG doesn't like Kristen, when she hears this, she's rolling her eyes and making it an issue in front of Malaysia. So now Malaysia is starting to get annoyed. Like, what is the problem? And this is when OG gets into how she feels as if there are things that have gone on behind the scenes, like she said last episode, that we don't know about, which is why she's upset. Mainly, Cece runs to her to vent about what's going on with Kristen, what's going on with the family. She vents to OG. So you know what OG does? OG takes all of this on as her own personal issue. And instead of just being a soundboard for her friend, she takes it on as her issue. So now she has a problem with Kristen, not just because of the beef that they had, but also because of the situation that's going down with Cece. I do feel like a portion of this is her feeling protective of Cece, because Cece is somebody that doesn't want to fight. She's non-confrontational. And I feel like girls on the show recognize that and they pick on her. They recognize that and they poke her. They try her, all because she's an easy target. And you can't be that on this show. And I think OG is trying to come to the rescue, but in a way that is only making the situation worse and not better. Regardless of what conversations you have with Cece, that's what y'all talk about. It is not, your business nor your place to get in between the situation that is happening with OG and Kristen. They have a family situation happening that was going on before you and you and Cece were friends, or before you and Kristen had beef. So I don't like the fact that OG is inserting herself in a situation to this length. It's like, bitch, you doing too much. You going too far with the shit, okay? As far as I'm concerned. And Malaysia feels the same way. So Malaysia decides to get up and leave because she not about to deal with her talking about her family like this. And OG is just basically saying that Cece is still mad behind closed doors. And I feel like maybe she was mad the last time y'all talked. But since she didn't talk to the girl and decided to go ahead and move forward and let it go, even if she's still feeling some type of way, she's entitled to feel that way. What she's not going to do is be confrontational and start shit with Kristen, unnecessarily. And I think that is the mind frame that Cece is in. This is not comfortable. I don't like this, but at the same time, I have to do what I have to do to get along because this is my husband's family and, or my fiance's family, whatever. So I just think that everybody wants to blame this episode and OG spilling all of the tea on Cece. But I think that if you have a friend that you talk to about your personal issues, that should be able to be between the two of you. And you should not have to worry about them throwing the issues you have with your family members in their face. Okay? Like, I'm sorry, y'all, but I'm not about to look at Cece like she's some manipulative person that just sent OG on Kristen right after they made up. I don't feel that way at all. I don't. And to me, OG's aggression is just really annoying to me. Like, it's her. It's her issue, not Cece's issue. Like, that's just how I see it. Evelyn is coming out with a CBD facial line and body oils and things of that nature because she had really bad arthritis, and the CBD oil and products that she's been using have really helped her. So she's decided to come out with her own line, and she's premiering it, having a little party, and she's inviting everybody except for Tammy and Jennifer. I was like, well, hey, that sounds about right, y'all. She and Jackie met up at the CBD store, and it's so kicks that those are the two that seem to film together, a lot. They film together a lot, and it's always hugs and kisses. Oh, hey, girl, you so well, and I just kind of feel like this reminds me of what I think the situation was like with Tammy, where you're hanging with her and you're being cool with her and you're giggling and kikiing and acting like y'all are friends, but then you tell people that y'all are not really friends, it's just for the show, and you come off fake after that. I think that's Tammy's problem with Evelyn. Tammy and Jazz, her daughter, talk about Kenny's stroke, and it was difficult on Jazz, but it just made her think more of how would she feel if this happened to her mom. She loves her dad, but they're not as close. And with her feeling that way, it made her feel like she needed to tell Tammy to stop smoking. And I'm just like, Tammy, you still smoking? Like, cigarettes are so nasty and disgusting. They smell terrible. Like, I used to smoke Black and Milds, and like after a while that shit started to make my head hurt and it would make me nauseous. Then the smell of it started to make me sick. Like, something was making me not want that shit no more. So I just kind of don't understand when people are still buying packs a day when they know how often people die of lung cancer. Like, I have such an aggravation for my friends who still smoke cigarettes, because it's like, do you really think that you're not going to get lung cancer? Like, do you think it's going to skip over you even though you've been smoking your whole fucking life? Do you really think, you know what I'm saying? Like, I be so upset. Now, that's not to say that there are people, who catch cancer who don't have unhealthy lifestyles, but I'm just saying, everybody know that, please stop. Tobacco is over. Let it go. Tammy, please get some damn help. Now, they did this for play shit, but this ain't really what it's about. She said she done tried everything to stop smoking, so she goes to a hypnotist, and they hypnotize her, but I said it just looked like she fell asleep. And she did fall asleep, and it didn't work. And she was still smoking, and Jazz was giggling and shit the whole time. I said, y'all need to stop playing with me. Okay, y'all thought this was cute, but in all actuality, I feel like I wish they would take this more seriously. It is an addiction. It is a problem. It is unhealthy. And Tammy already has other health issues, and I feel like this is not making it any better. So, I just really wish she gets a handle on that. So Jen and Kristen go to the beach. And it look cold. I'm like, when you're on the beach and it's cold. But whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's the scenery. It's the waves crashing. I get it. I'd be on the beach all times of the year and wouldn't give a damn. Okay? I don't care. It's cold, hot, I'm on the beach. Okay? So they talk. And Kristen brings up Evelyn still being mad about Jen talking about Shanice. And Jen's reply to everything now is so defensive. It's not even, I didn't say it anymore. It's, you know, you're not innocent either. Like, you said things about me. That stuff she said in there. And see, that's what I be talking about. You low-key just admitted you said that shit by saying that, oh, you know, so what that I said that. She said that, you know, my mom is dead and I shouldn't be acting like an asshole because my mom's dead. And I understand that that sounds crass when Evelyn said that. So your mother dies and you'll become an asshole. Like, you don't say that type of shit to people. I would not say that to somebody. I think that's fucked up. Don't get me wrong. But I also feel as if it's the truth. I think that Jen invites that when she uses her mom's passing as a way to get away with being the person she's always been. You've always had a nasty attitude. You've always thought you were better than some fucking body. Like, Jen, you've always been low-key annoying. And yes, you'll be friends with people, but you'll still talk shit about them behind their backs. And you'll say malicious things like the shit you said about Shanice. So to me, I understand everybody's aggravation with Jen. And I also feel like, don't put something on your mom's passing that was going on before she died. You're an adult. And it doesn't work that way. Our parents pass away. We still have to go to work or do whatever we have to do to make money and take care of ourselves. We still have to live on and go on. So you don't get to use that as an excuse to make other people's lives miserable. No. So that's just how I feel about Jen and her excuse about that. But she does talk about how she has no one and that, you know, not even her father is really in her life. When her mom passed away, he texted her. You know, you text your child when her mom passes away, not a phone call, not a visit, nothing. So I feel like what she doesn't understand is that she might be a lot like her father. You don't know him, but you might be a lot like him. And in the form of a man that has the personality of Jennifer, you would run from being a parent because you're selfish. There has to be some compassion because even though her dad didn't call, he still reached out. And if y'all don't have a relationship at all, there could have been space and room for him not to say anything. And I also feel like at some point parents feel bad and don't want to hear it. Like, even though they need to and they should, they don't want to hear it. So they don't want to get on the phone with you and hear how sad you are, hear how you weren't there for them all this time. So now, you know, you have nobody to lean on because we don't have a relationship like that. I'm sure there were other reasons behind him not actually calling and texting just to, you know, put it out there that he thought he cared, you know, whatever. But I can't give more than that. And I think Jen just needs to look in a mirror. Because, you know, sometimes we get a lot of things from our parents, even when we don't really know them. So OG goes over to Jackie's and she tells her she's making a bobble butt doll, which I thought was hilarious. And so then Jackie paints her ass. And I was like, that is not enough paint, Jackie. How is that going to make a cast? And then they never showed us. So I felt like it didn't make a cast and we were just painting her ass, you know, just for fun. She has nice butt though. So then Jackie ask her about the situation with Kristen. What's her issue with her? And how OG, you know, just really doesn't seem to like her. And OG says it's because of all of the things she's done to Cece. And then we rewind and remember how when Evelyn and Jen made that joke about Cece, you know, giving happy endings at her spa salon or whatever. You know, she does, you know, do the little injections and shit. It's a spa where they also do facials and not facials. What am I saying? Y'all know what I'm saying. Botox and stuff. Y'all know how that be going. Okay. It's not a real doctor's office, but she's certified to do certain things. And I believe she has like a nursing degree or whatever. But either way, Jen and Evelyn were laughing and giggling, saying that she was giving happy endings to the guys who came over from the gym. Like, that's what they said. Kristen laughed along and then took that back to Cece. And she took it back to Cece like, oh, they were saying this about you. So then Cece gets upset and has something to say to them and kind of doesn't know how to deal with it. So she kind of says things behind their back, but ultimately when pushed into a corner says, you don't have a right to talk about what I do. What do you do? Okay. So when she clapped back with that, job having ass, but then everybody wants to get offended, like she said something wrong. But most of y'all don't really have no jobs or businesses. Okay. Y'all had them and y'all lost them. But at that moment, not many people had shit going on besides child support and alimony. Okay. Maybe Jen might have her little lip gloss line or whatever the hell she got going on. But ultimately, Kristen was not supportive. She did not defend Cece. She did not have Cece's back. She threw Cece under the bus like this was all her fault, when really she was the one going around telling everybody that shit. And then when she went to Evelyn and Jackie and they confronted, Evelyn and Jen, they confronted Kristen. They was like, why you didn't tell her that it was a joke? And instead of her saying, because y'all wasn't saying it like it was a joke. Y'all was saying it like key, but we really heard that. Like, that's what y'all was saying. And at the end of the day, that shit not funny. That shit not no joke. It's a grown woman with a business. That's not cool. So Kristen then says, oh, well, I told Cece that it was a joke. No, you didn't. So she threw Cece under the bus. And that is how everything happened. And then it went on from there with Byron getting mad because she made a big deal about him not being around their child. And she blamed Cece for that, and blamed Cece because Cece doesn't, bring the family together the way his first wife did. And I understand OG being upset about all of that because I felt like it was fucked up too. But OG has her own set of issues with Kristen, and she's just, packing the shit on top of one another, putting it on her back and running with it. And I just kind of feel like she needs to stop. Like, please just stop. OG hinted at one of them not being with a ball player. Like, I was confused about what she was talking about, but she was talking around something. So everybody shows up for Evelyn CBD facial, including the new girl, Phoebe, which I thought was hilarious because when everybody started to get into it, she was just sitting there like, if these duck ass broads is up to these shenanigans, you can count me out, bitch. Okay. So they look at the skin products, and y'all know Cece, is a person that does all of that and install that. Y'all, I'm so sorry, I can't think of what her exact title is at this moment in my brain. But either way, she's the expert on skin, so she's looking at the products. She likes them, everything got the CBD in it. We rubbing it in and all of this. And Malaysia brings up to Kristen and Cece how everything is going between them. And, Cece says, you know what, since we're in a better place now and we're moving forward, how about you come to the engagement party? So she says, oh, okay, well, I would love to come, but I'm supposed to be doing a cancer run with my mom at that time. I would really love to be there, but, I want to do this with my mom. So fine, she's not going to be there anyway. So Cece then tells them that she found out she has a mass on her uterus. She hadn't been feeling good for the past 6 months. She went to the doctor, and now they're trying to find out whether this mass is benign or cancerous. So right now she's scared, and she's about to, I guess, get the results back, but she would rather know, or, she hasn't gone to the doctor yet. I'm not sure what she was saying, but she was saying she wanted to wait until after the party so that she could not be thinking about it. And I just kind of felt like, bitch, I would want to know immediately. So I was on Kristen's side with that. But at the same time, I can understand a personality like hers being like, even if it is, good news, I just don't want to chance it. I want to be in a space to be able to be here and worry about that after. So I did understand it, but I don't calculate that way. But anyway, OG shows up. Malaysia instantly brings up OG not liking Kristen and Cece making up. And I'm like, damn, Malaysia, why you started it off? Like, she started it off. So they asked, has Cece given OG any ammunition? Have you said anything? Have you said any secrets to her? And Cece was like, oh, no, like nothing bad. Like, and this is when I felt like she knew what everybody was like about to get into. I don't know why she didn't just grab her purse and leave at that moment, but she stuck around looking like a fucking deer caught in headlights of feel of what was about to go down. So OG takes Cece to the side and says that she and Kristen need to be honest with one another. So OG's problem is she feels as if Cece isn't being 100 about how she feels to everybody out of fear. And she don't want her to be scared. She wants her to say what she has to say. And I'm like, girl, if you don't leave this the fuck alone. Y'all, she aggravating me so much. So slowly but surely, everybody's joining. Everybody's joining the conversation, including Kristen. And OG says that, at the end of the day, Kristen is fake and fraudulent. And, she's trying to front like she's this basketball wife and all of that. And she's using, getting her clothes and her style and all of that from Cece, using Cece's clothes and her bags and her jewelry, borrowing stuff. And then she says that she and Thomas aren't really the family because Thomas isn't Byron's biological son. And I said, oh, no, you didn't. I said, oh, no, you didn't. Are you serious, OG? Are you serious? Are you serious? Like, I was so mad when she did that. I was like, girl, you really need to find out where your man at and figure that situation out. Because this is just ridiculous that you would put that out there like that. Kristen is so mad. She starts to cry. And then she's trying to run, like trying to push towards OG. And everybody's holding her back. I'm like, girl, why are you doing this to yourself? You are not about to beat that girl ass. Please stop. And then, they take her all the way out into the hallway and she's screaming and hollering. And then Shawnee starts to go off on OG about how you don't put people's family's business out there like that. And OG was like, it was on Instagram already. It was already out there. And then she says, Cece, did you tell her that? And Cece says, well, yeah, I said it, but it's not a secret. And everybody knows it's not a bad thing. And, that was Cece's standpoint. It's not a bad thing. It's not a secret. People know about it. And what that means is the family knows about it. Cece, now look, like I said, if I'm friends with somebody and I tell them something about my family, I'm hoping that they won't put it on blast to everybody. I don't think Cece is confrontational. And I don't think that she would intentionally send OG after anybody. I think OG is doing exactly what she wants to do and using this as a way to mess over and hurt Kristen. I really do. But I also think that Kristen was overreacting. What is you crying and running and falling on the ground and all of this shit for? What is you doing all of that for? If this is something that Byron already knows, something that Thomas already knows, something that Miss Anita, the first wife, already knows, what is happening here? Like, why is it all of this? I don't understand. I don't, okay? I'm sorry, y'all, but she was doing way too much. Like, somebody had just said that her child wasn't Thomas's baby. like, girl, what is you going through right now with all of this extra shit? And then let's get back to my Google. So I was like, she said this was on Instagram. Let me look it up. I didn't see nothing on Instagram. I didn't see nobody post it. And I was about to message her, but I couldn't find her Instagram. Like, bitch, where did you see this on Instagram? At me. Shit, where's the evidence? Either way, OG is out of pocket and wrong as hell. I'm just not about to co-sign to that. Let's blame Cece for everything. Yes, Cece maybe didn't need to have that conversation with OG, but you're not about to tell me who the fuck to talk to if I'm friends with somebody. Like, you just not. Shawnee's messy ass runs back out into the hallway and tells everybody who's holding Kristen away from the air, because we know she wasn't about to really run up on OG's football playing tackling ass, because it wasn't gonna go down the right way. You was gonna get beat up. You was gonna get beat up, Kristen. Let's not even do that. Like that girl was gonna take off running and it was gonna be over. But she was running like she was about to go try to do something when Shawnee came out there with her messy self telling everybody that Cece said she told OG that. And I just kind of feel like, oh, here we go. Like, then Malaysia is in there going back and forth with OG. Why would you do that? And this is my family and da-da-da-da. And I'm just like, oh, God. Here we go with this shit all over again. And I do feel like this is all OG's fault. This is all OG's fault because OG don't have no business to worry about with her man not in town. So she got to worry about somebody else's business. And I just think that if she was really a friend to Cece, she would have kept that shit to herself. Because you embarrassed and put Cece on the fire when she just got off of it. I don't care what y'all say. I don't think Cece was sitting there feeling good about any of the shit that had just happened. I really, really don't. There was no need for that. Like, why you couldn't let them just be in peace? You know why? Because it's basketball wives. And OG is probably one of the girls that the producers whisper in her ear and tell her what to say and do. That's some shit that them producers probably knew about and put it in OG ear. It could have been a conversation that she and Cece had. But I'm telling you that some producer probably told her to put that shit out there and make it a scene. Because didn't nobody really care about, Evelyn's little product line. Like, that's not how we end the episode. Okay, look. But anyway, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I love y'all. See y'all in the next one. Queen Sugar.